That is absolutely amazing. In 1 minute, you can go from one to the other. Hello everybody, welcome to my Luminar AI Update 2 review. So, as you can see, this is the Luminar AI Update 2 version 1.2 as it's also known. How do you update it on a Windows PC? Just click on the Luminar logo, go down to Help and check for updates. And once you do, it'll actually tell you it's the newest version available, or it'll give you the option of updating. So when you do it for the first time, it will give you the option of updating to version 1.2. So just click away and proceed to that. So I have 3 different photographs here to edit. This one, or this one. Now, obviously enough, when you're looking at the 3D photographs, you say, oh, that photograph is nice enough. Okay, the sky is a bit bland, but it looks well. This one is nice enough. Would you want to edit it? Yeah, you could help it along, maybe a small bit, but really, this is the photograph you want to work with, because weather conditions on the day the photograph was taken are obviously quite poor, as you can see. So what we want to do is add a bit more vibrancy, add a bit more punch, add a sky with a small bit more detail or something in it, you know, just to change the image. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire straight over into the Edit tab. So if I click on Edit, it's going to bring us over. And as you can see, we've all our tools here now: Enhance, Composition, Erase, Light, Structure, Color, Black and White, Details, Denoise, Landscape, Vignette. And then we come down to the creative ones, and Sky AI is one of the top creative ones, and you'll see why it's one of the top ones. So if I click on Sky, if I go to Sky Selection, you can select whatever sky you want here and replace it. I am going to quickly pick this one here now. Clicked on that, give it a couple of seconds. It's going to transfer the sky over, and it should be there now. There we go. And when you look, if I just quickly click and click again, we have lots of very fine detail here. So when you're looking at the likes of the trees there now and whatnot, that is zoomed in at 339%. If I go back to zooming in at 100% there now, look at how that sky is replaced in around all that fine detail. It has done an absolutely fantastic job. Skylum, brilliant bit of software. That has just worked straight out of the box. And well done, guys. As you can see, looking at the photograph, it doesn't look real. It doesn't look real for a few different reasons. So I suppose the first thing being is you have quite a vibrant orange sky, and then you have kind of a middle ground. You have no reflection really as such in the foreground. So the first thing we're going to do is, as you can see, there's a whole lot of different adjustments down along here. The reflection amount is the first thing we're going to do. So if I pull that back to 0, you'll see the reflection goes. So if we just replace the sky there now, straight away when you look at the photograph, you'll say, that is not real. Immediately, every single person looking at that can see that's not real. So what we're going to do is just catch the reflection amount slider and whack it up to 100%. So start from there and see how we get on. Give it 4 or 5 seconds and boom, there we have it. That's looking a lot better. Now, the other reason why this doesn't look real is the color temperatures. When you look at the sky and when you look at your midground here now again, the color temperatures are way off. So there's a few things we can do here in the scene relighting section. So basically just click on that, drops down. So relight strength. So when I whack the slider up along again, I love going 100% on these things. What it's going to do is it's going to darken down your scene a certain amount, because as you can see, it is quite dark anyway. It's around the time of sunset, so I suppose you just adjust from there really, I suppose. Relight saturation, if I pull this fella up along too as well again and see. Now, as you can see, those 2 adjustments have made an absolutely massive difference to our midground. So our foreground was helped through the reflection amount, because again, if I pull this back to 0, give it 3 or 4 seconds, it's then going to get rid of our reflections, and it just doesn't look real. If I bring the reflection amount up again, it is going to pop in there now again, another 3 or 4 seconds, and it's going to look far more realistic. Is it perfect? No, it's not. It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn close, in all fairness. You know, it works well for a bit of artificial intelligence. Yes, there's people out there saying, oh my God, I could do better in Photoshop. And you're thinking, or, you know, another editing platform. That's brilliant. And by all means, go away and spend 2 hours editing the photograph and get it absolutely perfect. But I suppose one of the principal effects of Luminar AI is that it's designed to save you time. So you can see how this photograph has been completely transformed from this to this. And if I wasn't talking to you and explaining all the different steps and going slowly, I could actually transform this photograph in under 1 minute. That is absolutely criminal. In 1 minute, you can go from having this photograph to having this photograph. Or let's just pop up the slider and just for dramatic effect, just slowly slide across and say, dear Lord God, that is just, that's nuts. That is absolutely amazing. In 1 minute, you can go from one to the other. You know, it beggars belief. And you can buy this software for less than €80. That's, yeah. I don't know. I'm just sitting here smiling, looking at this, thinking, wow, Luminar, absolutely brilliant job, Skylum. So well done. And the beauty of it is, this update 2 is a free update to Luminar. So if you're a Luminar AI user, you get this update for free. This is version 1.2. Now, there's a lot of other things that you'll also get in the software version or 1.2 or update 2. So let's have a look at those. Oh, before we go, there's one other really cool trick I want to show you. In the sky replacement, up here we have vertical offset and horizontal offset. So let's watch this. If I pull the horizontal, look at the way the sky is moving. We can drag the sky across. The reflections are also moving. So even if you've only 2 or 3 skies, let's say you can use your own skies in this too as well, you can actually change the way the sky appears in each individual image. So you say, oh my God, I'd love the sky, just this bright section, just to be kissing the side of that mountain. What you can do is just pull that slowly over there and say, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. That's exactly what I want. I want those highlights in the water there. Then you can adjust. You could say, oh no, actually, it's on the other side. You can just pull it over along and say, there you go. So you can completely transform your image in seconds, literally seconds. You can also adjust the rotation. So in other words, this is the angle the sky is at. Now you might well say, why in the name of God would you want to do that? That makes absolutely no sense. But there are certain shots, action shots and whatnot, where you might be shooting at a slight angle that's going to be really handy. For me, it's not going to be vitally important, but I could see where it could come in handy, just to be able to rotate or kick that sky slightly off to one side or slightly off the other side. So sorry, yeah, I had to mention that. And the other cool thing is there's a button here too as well. If I click on flip, it just rotates the sky around. Takes a couple of seconds, but there she goes. So again, you know, just give you a small bit more versatility. And as I mentioned before, you can use your own skies, or if you have a Luminar AI X membership, which I highly recommend, you can buy skies too as well. This is actually one of the stunning skies, which I downloaded off my Luminar AI X membership pack. So really good, really worthwhile. I am absolutely shocked at how good this is, how fast this is, and how well it works. So again, just for dramatic effect, that's the original, and that's what we have now. And I think that is absolutely criminal, for want of another word, how well that works and how quickly you can do that. And of course, if I go back and just close Sky AI, you can still go down here to your glow and click on your Orton effect, and you can bring in your Orton effect into your image too as well. And you can play around and you can adjust that, and you can get these really nice photographs, really nice soft images. So yeah, I'm absolutely lost for words. Yeah, Skylum, I'm just blown away. I'm literally blown away by that. I'm sitting in my chair, smiling, and I'm going, wow, look at that. Yeah. As I say, there's loads of other updates too as well. There's new camera updates too as well. There's new camera models supported. I'm going to pop that on the screen now so you can see the new camera models that are being supported now too as well by Luminar AI. And Skylum have also mentioned too as well that the new camera supports are going to come out faster now too as well. So it's something they're working on. The other really cool thing of this software now is the ability to be able to add textures and text and things. And you might say, oh my god, yeah, who's interested in that? Well, it's incredibly handy for adding watermarks. So you can open out another bit of photography editing software, create a PNG file with your own watermark. And just like for me, I'll just type out Kieran Hayes photography. And what I can do is I can go into my local masking. I click on add and I can click on texture. So if I click on texture, I can go down here and load texture. So it gives me an option of textures I can load. I can just load in my watermark, pop it down below here, and away I go. So again, watermarks in Luminar AI. Brilliant. Skylum have promised they're listening. They're doing as much as they can. This software is groundbreaking, for want of a better word, and I think it's absolutely amazing. And I don't know, it certainly has put a smile on my face. So well done, guys. I'm going to go back now and tell you what else this new bit of software has. So let's kick back to that and have a look and see. So the next thing I want to show you is Relighting Human, and obviously enough, we need a person in a photograph. So we have this image here, and what I'm going to do is just let that load in along. I'm going to pop it into the Edit tab, and again, just going into our Sky AI adjustment, we're going to make a selection on the sky. We pick this one. For a bit of fun, that's going to load in along there now. And as you can see, there's a few massive problems with this photograph. Firstly, the background is out of focus. So as we can quite clearly see here now, the background is not out of focus. So the first thing we want to do to correct this, to make it a small bit more realistic, is just to run all the way down here. The sky adjustments, you have defocus, grain, haze. If I go on defocus and just pull this back a bit, and you say, yeah, about there now. God, it's nearly up full. We bring back a small little bit. Somewhere there. That looks a bit more realistic. And the one thing you'll notice is it's more out of focus the further you go back into the image. So again, this is something the 3D mapping in Luminar AI is sorting out for you. So that's looking a small bit better straight away. It still doesn't look right. It still doesn't look realistic. So we're going to go back up to our fine adjustments. Our global adjustment, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this up full tilt here now. So I give that a couple of seconds and that should start to pull in a small bit. So we're refining it around the hair, and if we just crop in here, we give this a few seconds, zoomed in at 100%. And what I'm going to do is close the gaps, so that's going to help us to fill in all the little gaps around the hair. And there we go. And fine details, pop that up along too as well. And what we're going to do there now is just give that a couple of seconds. And if we pop back out along again, you can see that's looking a lot better there now already. Now there's a few things we need to do here. There's the relight strength, which is basically it's going to adjust the overall image to give you a more realistic look. That's the first thing. And relight saturation. So again, we'll just pull these up along a small bit. The next thing we need to go for then is Relight Human. So if I catch this slider and just start pulling that up along, what you will notice is the color temperature of the light hitting the model is changing. It's changing on her arm and on the side of her face here more so than there. So if I pull that back along again, you'll see it's the color temperature and the intensity of the light is changing. So when I pull that back down along there like that, all of a sudden that looks a lot better. Now, the one thing I would probably do to that image there now is just go back up here to the light settings and just pop open our shadows a tiny little bit maybe there now. And all of a sudden, that's looking very realistic. Is it real? No, it's not. But dear God, in the space of a couple of seconds, you can just completely transform an image. And when you look around all the fine detail, as I say, if I zoom in along here now again, it's going to take a second, sorry there now. Right, pull that over. You can see the sky has actually been masked in around the hair. Look at that. The sky has been masked in around the hair. Obviously enough, the fringing, you are going to get, I suppose, a light difference considering the scenes. But again, wow, Skylum, that is fantastic for outdoor portraiture, for travel photography and whatnot. That is going to be absolutely huge. It really is going to be a big thing going forward. For the crack, again, I haven't tried this before, so this is going to be interesting. Let's pick. We pick one of these. This is going to look stupid now, is it? Yeah. Maybe this one. Yeah, that's this one. I just thought, just for the crack, we try something completely mad. Yeah, they're all a bit nuts. In that photograph, it obviously doesn't work. Just pick something with a small bit more detail. Wow. Jesus, within the space of a couple of seconds, you just press a button and boom, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. You can swap around different skies and bang. Look at that. You know, pop in a few light rays going down here now or something, and that's going to look completely different. And the same here now again. You can just keep. Wow. That works really well. So you see where I'm going with this. It's just so easy to use this product. You know, it works so well. That's how you can get so many different photographs from one image. And I'm literally just clicking on a button and it's done in the space of 2 or 3 seconds. That is absolutely mental. That blows my mind. That does blow my mind. And again, as I say, I've been using the software for a while, and every time I use it, I'm just kind of going, wow. You know, I'm just thinking of, God, I could use that with this, so I could use it, you know, and it's just, Jesus, that is unbelievable. And again, what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to go back to the catalog, and we had one other shot here now, so I'm going to super quickly just edit this there now again. So I'm going to go to sky replacement. We're going to go down. We'll pick this one. How good does that look? Give it a second and should pop in there any second now. There you go. Right. So I'm going to close that down along. I'm going to bring relight strength up. Jesus. Relight saturation, reflection amount. And I'm going to mess around with our global settings here now, which is going to go absolutely crazy because. And Relight Human is going to make the human darker in this scene, I would think. Give it a couple of seconds there now again. Yeah, that's getting better. I really don't like that sky with that image there now. Let's pick something a little bit different. What about this one? Coastal sunrise. Wow. That works. That really works. Come on now. Painterly sunrise. Wow. Yeah, that's really cool. And you can see that is working perfectly on all the edging there now. Straight away, I don't really have to do anything. And again, if you want to defocus your sky slightly, you just pop it back a small little bit and it will automatically defocus the sky. That's really cool. Yeah. Would you know that's not real? Yeah, you probably would. But at the same time, that has created a really cool image. And there's probably going to be loads of people saying, oh my god, I much prefer the original. That's not the point. That really isn't the point. It's about showing off the software and how well it works. And that has just completely transformed that image. Look at the color temperature, look at everything in that. That is nuts. That is my first time using that now. Using this image. They're not my photographs. So, wow. That's really cool. And how well it paints in around the shoes. Look at the white in the shoes. Look how well that paints in. That's crazy, that is. Absolutely crazy. As I say, stunning bit of software, free upgrade. I cannot wait for the next upgrade, which is going to bring some nice new features. Really can't wait for it. Looking forward to seeing that in 2021. Continue the good work, Skylum. That's it from me. Not much else to say. Stay safe, everyone, and see you soon.